Hello, ladies and gents, boys and girls. Welcome back to Planet Crafters with myself, Oswald Lyric Vividar. This is episode 6, the Aluminium Mine area. So, continuing with where we left off in the game from last time, I've come back with all my lovely resources from the ship. What we're going to do, we are going to now explore the aluminium mine area. We're going to create another resource drop point that we're actually going to use further down the line. So let's go. So we're going to walk in towards the aluminium mine. And what we'll do, we'll create our resource drop point and select green for our area because it's a mine. And then what we'll do, we'll get to work on collecting all the blue and gold boxes in the area and anything else that we find along the way, basically. So we're going to come to this point here where you find your first blue box, and then what we're going to do right next to it, we're going to put that resource drop point. Only being reason is the fact that we're going to be building drills here very soon. So and we want to turn that to green, like so. Oh, it did work. Obviously didn't see it. Right, so we're going to open this blue box, grab what's inside, destroy it, and then what we'll do before we press on, we'll just open up a container, put that. Really? What the? Why, devs? What on earth was the point of that? The game was fucking perfect as it was. So we're going to come around the side of this, and over by this rock here is another crate on the floor. And then from here we're going to take a left after that stone, and we're going to walk back over here, because around this corner will be another blue box. And then all we've got to do is look out for our green flag. And this is why I say it's good to have those beacons, because even though I know where I put it, it's still handy to have. And I'm going to build another storage container next to that as well, because there's quite a few boxes in this location to collect and quite a few resources to collect. It's just ideal to have that to hand. So from there we're going to come back to the same area where our blue box was, get rid of the container, and then we're going to come round this corner here to this group of rocks here, and in one of the indents you'll see a gold chest. We go up and collect it. Now from here we're going to come out of the aluminium mine and explore the area around the outside of it, and there's 2 chests outside of this area, but I still contain them as part of the aluminium mine because they're quite close together. So we're going to come over here and grab the first one, and then we're going to rush back over. and build another drop point. Well, another container inside. What's that? It's really quite cute how much they adore each other. Oh, buddy. A dog and a guinea pig. And from there we're going to take a left and we're going to look for these groups of rocks over here towards more or less the labyrinth where we'll find our next box. That's cute. He's like the sweetest Labrador ever, isn't he? Look, aluminium. So if you do find aluminium in this area, just pick it up because, hey, why not? So we're looking for this down ship now, and what we're going to do, we're going to come around to the front of these rocks and we're just going to climb them until we get to the top and then climb through the window. And as you can see, there's some computers and then 3, a little tiny canister and 3 containers. Well, that's changed recently. There was actually 4 containers down here, but never mind, looks like they've changed it. And then we're going to rush back. And then we're going to come back to the crash ship. Again, as I said, if you see aluminium, just pick it up. It don't matter. We need aluminium and lots of it, and this is the place you're going to find a lot of it. So it's handy to pick it up if you see it. Even though we're finding aluminium in our chests, and lots of it. Good, because we need it. I'm no longer sore. Do you think it's a good thing? And then we're going to rush back towards it again. Collect the rest of the resources and then we're going to press on. Aluminium.
Leave his ears alone. No. She's nibbling his ears.
Oh, that was cobalt, my bad. Right. Right, so from there, what we're going to do, we're going to head to the back wall of the aluminium mine. There is a there we are. over here in between the two rock faces, right round the corner, you'll find your next blue container. Is she biting his ears?
Yeah.
Oh shit. I can't believe she's a year old now. She ain't changed one bit really. Sassy little mare she is. Zoom.
Don't pop her, she's a bit small.
And then right round the corner we're going to come out of the aluminium mine, and it's almost facing towards the spike area at the back of it. You'll find your last crate on the floor. So now we're going to head towards those spikes, because that's where the last of the area that we need to explore for this episode is. And we'll start seeing these containers loafing on the floor, ones that we can't explore sadly, and then ones we can. You'll see the solar panel on the floor. Let's deconstruct it, and then we'll head inside here to find another solar panel and a blue box. I'll have to retake that picture. It doesn't matter. I've got, that's what the guide reference safe is for. If I miss a crate that I can actually get to, I can just reload and take the picture. So I've got it there because I missed loads and the last time I wrote the guide and did the guide, so it's there as a standby just in case. Oh, you've put them back.
Yeah. I didn't want to push it too far and Buddy, or if I zoom do some damage to Buddy.
Yeah, that is a possibility. It wouldn't be really fair on him, would it? He's been zoomed.
Fucking 50-kilo dog zoomed by a guinea pig.
Yeah. That would be quite amusing. But he's so docile, isn't he?
He's just really happy to talk to her. I think he'd let her sit on his head now. I think.
You probably would, knowing him. He's such a happy little chappy. It's the fact that he probably thinks she's his.
Same colour.
Yeah, because they are literally the same colour. So he's like, it's my baby. At least I know she's well protected.
Oh, definitely. Tara definitely passed over the protect the guinea pig rule.
And then right in this corner, there's another one. Let's open that one too.
You'll have to be careful though, everyone will start asking you to see her
Who?
on the video.
No chance. My pig. Well, unless she sat on my shoulder like she used to when she was a baby. You think when people seen her, when I was doing a guide last time, they saw her sat on my shoulder all the time. So now to see her sat on my shoulder and she be the size that she is, She's still tiny though, in my opinion.
Her belly's huge at the moment.
Because she's a little monster. Right, and then from there we're just going to keep heading backwards and forwards, sorry. We're just going to keep heading back towards that area. And I believe I'm going to push terraforming a little bit more because there's only a few things I need to do now. I've only really got the labyrinth, the desert area, canyon area, and there's 4 areas for me to explore in 4 different videos, so it's not really a major big deal. The problem I've got is getting all of resources to actually build said area, so that's going to be the biggest deal. So we're just going to come to the next build, or the next downed trailer that's here. Get rid of the solar panel, jump in, and then we're going to walk this way, come round the side and deconstruct and open this treasure chest when we can. Oh God's sake. Yeah, we're finding lots of items, aren't we? I do believe I've opened up drills now as well. Yeah, and that's when I need osmium. Wonderful! So I now need osmium, which is a blue resource that you can only find in caves. So we'll go on a little mission in a bit to find osmium. But first, before I decide when I'm going to do that, I'm going to have a little explore into the caves to see if they've actually opened up yet. There's no point me venturing there if the cave hasn't opened up properly, so it's just absolutely pointless. I'm only going to collect a little tiny bit of osmium, which is not a lot of point. Excuse me. Which does mean there's going to be another episode in between what I've already written out. Which isn't a major big deal. Back in, open up the chest, take the stuff out, and then back outside again. And then what we're going to do, we're going to walk around the back of these rocks here, because I believe it's round this side. It certainly is our gold chest, our last gold chest of the area. So we're going to take that and cut that off. And then we're going to head back to the resource drop point in the aluminium mine, and then be again very selective at what we take back first. Microchips and the most important resources first, and then eventually we're going to take everything back. So it makes no difference what you take back, but for obvious reasons we want to be taking microchips back first, because we want to unlock our new items like living compartments and stuff and see what we get. because it's now all about getting that 2x2 living compartment so we can start storing extra resources, because I've already maxed out on iron, so I now need to start thinking about opening up new chests so that I've got plenty and plenty and plenty of iron. So, and unfortunately I do have to push terraforming a bit more, because I need to open up the osmium mines so that I'm actually freely able to yeah, that's the one. Okay, right, let's take those two. We'll take those two as well. In fact, I'm going to take the rods. Chips. I won't bother taking them, I'll take them. I've already locked in that one. Chips. Right. And then head back to base camp. So it's the same thing applies. I'm not going to build anything at the moment, I'm just exploring the area, because, well, at this precise moment I don't really need to build anything. I just need to basically explore areas, unlock items, and basically build a stockpiling unit for my food, my resources. I do, however, need to open up food supply, and that's pretty much key at the moment, because to be blunt about it, so I've got 6 upgrade chips, so bear with me a second. Area lamp. Ooh. Well, this program's a complete twat, isn't it? There we go. Right, so I've unlocked all my microchips. Now it's just about storing those items away. So I was just writing down the notes that I needed on items, beans. So preferably we want to get lots of beans unlocked. It's not a major big deal if we don't. It's just a good idea to have lots of beans. I've got at the moment 3. I'm going to be using beans for a food supply. The rest of it I don't really need. So I'm probably going to open 2 for beans and then 4 on eggplants, and possibly 2 on something else. But we'll see for now. All it's going to be now is me running backwards and forwards to the aluminium mine and basically bringing items back. I will, however, suggest that we start building these living compartments at the back. We need 3 of them. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to grab 9 of this. That's 6, 7, 8, 9. I need 9 titanium. because this is where we are going to be hosting all of those extra resources. In fact, we only really need 2, but it's a big enough area for us to store lots of items in. So it's pretty much going to be our resource stockpile, and it's also going to be an area where we can do things like, well, anything for that matter. It's just ideal for us to have this, because further down the line, when we are venturing off, especially when, and I tell you what, I hope you listen to this, when you're doing things like setting up trade, to have a stockpile of items already means that you're not waiting on the drills to start. You've already got plenty of storage, especially when you're upgrading from, say, the T2 locker storages to, say, the T3s, when you've got like 35 items to 80 items and you haven't got enough to fill it up. It's just a lot easier if you have a stockpile of items. So we're going to have 10 for ice, 30 or 40 for iron, and then 1 each for the rest of them, including things like iridium, uranium, superalloy, aluminium, silicon, magnesium, titanium, etc., cobalt as well. And we're going to store things like sulfur, osmium, etc., in there as well. And we're also going to store like osmium and sulfur in these. Osmium we're not going to find a lot of, but it's still handy to have it further down the line. So if we can fundamentally get it and store it, we're going to store it. So, and like I said before, our base is going to cost us a lot in iron, so we're going to need to stockpile on iron. So it is really important to have a lot of iron in, etc. And in these resource locations, when we start setting up drills, we're going to make sure that we've got shredders in every location, so all the resources that we don't really particularly need to bring back with us, we can either store in that location or we can get rid of. So hence, you know, we're going to need to have a lot of different items. We now have unlocked biomass, so we can start producing oxygen at a higher rate, but please bear in mind, with the higher rate of oxygen, again, there's a problem. But where is it? Okay, it hasn't actually unlocked yet. So we actually need to unlock biomass, and in order to do that, we need to put one of them out so that we can generate biomass. So we now can turn off our oxygen T3s, which means we only need these seeds. So we're not going to need the golden seeds at the moment, because until we get the spreaders too, we won't actually use gold seeds for now. We'll only be using the green seeds. So but I shall see in the next video where we'll get all this set up anyway, so it's not really a major big deal. So yeah, I'm going to go for a smoke and I'll come back and we'll go through the next video together. Ciao.